Everest is the highest mountain on Earth at 8,849 meters tall. Nuts. Mount Everest is the highest mountain on Earth, and if you didn't know that, I'd be very surprised, but we're starting off small, and we're gonna make our way around the globe with some more detailed facts. Fact number 2. The Dead Sea is so salty that people naturally float on its surface. Now, fact number 3. Africa is the only continent that straddles all 4 hemispheres. Africa is the only continent that straddles all 4 hemispheres. Isn't that nuts? I did not know that until now. Fact number 4 is the Nile River in Africa. It's about 6,650 kilometers long, making it the world's longest river. Don't mind the keyboard sounds. I'm just writing a little bit more detail. Fact number 5 is Australia is both a country and a continent, and it is the only place in the world that classifies as a country and a continent. The more you know, although sometimes it's referred to as Oceania instead of Australia, but I'm not too sure why that is. Fact number 6 is that Antarctica is the coldest, driest and windiest continent. Fact number 7 is Russia is the largest country in the world, covering over 11% of Earth's land area. Okay, now fact number 8 is the Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. The smallest country in the world. As I say, we're getting a little bit more detailed as the facts go on. It's located within Rome, Italy. It's the smallest country in the world, and it's only about 44 hectares or 110 acres in size. Smaller than some shopping malls, but despite its size, it holds immense importance as the centre of the Roman Catholic Church, and it is the residence of the Pope, and contains treasures like St. Peter's Basilica and the Sistine Chapel. Okay, fact number 9. Canada's lakes are famous. In fact, it has more lakes than the rest of the world combined. Over 2 million of them. These lakes were formed thousands of years ago during the Ice Age, where glaciers carved out basins in the land. When the ice melted, those basins filled with water, creating the lakes that we see today. Oh, can you believe that? Fact number 10 is the Amazon rainforest spread across 9 countries in South America. It's sometimes called the lungs of the earth because it produces about 20% of the world's oxygen and is home to an incredibly diverse set of plants and animals. Some species that live here are found nowhere else on Earth. However, the rainforest is under threat from deforestation, which is where people are coming in and cutting all the trees down, which make protecting it an important Fact number 11 is the Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert in the world. Covering much of North Africa, it stretches roughly the size of the United States. While many picture it as endless dunes, much of the Sahara is actually rocky plateaus and gravel plains. Thousands of years ago, it was much greener with evidence of rivers and ancient lakes, showing how Earth's climate has shifted over time. Okay, let's not give me all the facts. I do apologise. A little technical error here. Okay. There we go. Fact number 12 is Japan is made up of over 14,000 islands. Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku. There are thousands of smaller islands scattered across the country. This geography gives Japan a long coastline, beautiful fishing villages, and a strong connection to the sea. Many of its traditions and foods, like sushi, are tied to its island setting. Fact number 13 is Iceland is known as the land of fire and ice. It's filled with glaciers, volcanoes, geysers, all existing side by side. The island sits on the mid-Atlantic ridge where two tectonic plates meet, which causes frequent volcanic activity. At the same time, large glaciers cover parts of the island, creating a stunning contrast of hot lava and frozen ice. I've actually been to Iceland myself. I'm just going to put my glasses on, because I'm going to be looking at a screen for a while. These are just blue light glasses. I've actually been to Iceland. It's a very good trip. It's for a geography A-level trip, so yeah, recommend it. So that's fact number 13. Fact number 14. The Great Wall of China stretches over 21,000 kilometers. Built over centuries, it winds across mountains, deserts, and plains. It was originally constructed to defend against invasions, but also served as a way to mark territory and control trade routes. Today, the wall is one of the most iconic landmarks in the world, symbolizing both China's history and human perseverance. Fact number 15 is the Amazon River is the largest by volume. It carries more water than the 7 largest rivers combined flowing across South America. It winds through the Amazon rainforest and provides home to countless species. During rainy seasons, the river expands so much that it floods forests, creating unique ecosystems where fish swim among the trees. Fact number 16. Lake Baikal in Russia is the deepest lake in the world, reaching depths of over 1,600 meters. It's also one of the oldest lakes on Earth, estimated to be around 25 million years old. Its waters are incredibly clear, and it contains about 20% of the world's unfrozen fresh water. That is crazy. Fact number 17. The United States is home to Death Valley, which is the hottest place on Earth. Temperatures there have reached over 56 degrees Celsius. Despite the heat, some plants and animals have adapted to survive in the desert. The landscapes of Death Valley with its salt flats and colourful canyons are stark but beautiful. Its extremes make it one of the most remarkable natural places in the United States. Fact number 18. The Mediterranean Sea has been a centre of civilization for thousands of years. It connects Europe, Africa, Asia, and has supported trade, travel, culture, and cultural exchange since ancient times. Fact number 19 is Greenland is the largest island in the world. Though it is covered mostly in ice, it belongs geographically to North America, but politically is part of Denmark. The island is sparsely populated with communities living along its coastlines. Fact number 20. The Andes Mountains are the longest mountain range pass through 7 countries. The Andes are home to ancient civilizations like the Incas, and even today people farm on their steep slopes. The high altitudes and dramatic peaks make the Andes both challenging and beautiful. Okay, fact number 21. The English Channel is the busiest shipping area in the world. It lies between southern England and northern France, and every day hundreds of ships, ferries and tankers pass through it. Its narrow width makes it the perfect route for trade between the Atlantic Ocean and northern Europe. Fact number 22. The Ganges River in India is considered sacred. It flows for more than 2,500 kilometers, starting in the Himalayas and eventually reaching the Bay of Bengal. Millions of people rely on the river for drinking water, farming and daily life. Fact number 23. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. Located in the Pacific, it plunges nearly 11,000 meters deep, deeper than Mount Everest is tall. At the very bottom of the ocean lies the Challenger Deep, the single deepest point on Earth. Few humans have ever visited, but scientists have robotic submarines to study it. The creatures found there, adapted to darkness and pressure, show how life survives in extreme environments. Fact number 24, a bit of a contrast, but Italy is shaped like a boot. This unique outline is easy to recognise on a map, with the toe kicking towards the island of Sicily. Fact number 25, the Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system in the world. Stretching over 2,300 kilometres, Australia's northeast coast is visible from space. The reef is made up of billions of tiny organisms called coral polyps, which create a colourful underwater filled with fish, turtles and sharks. Fact number 26. The Mississippi River is the second largest river in North America. It flows for about 3,766 kilometres, starting in Minnesota and emptying into the Gulf of Mexico. But I must start there. The river has been central to American history, supporting Native American tribes, trade, and the growth of cities like St. Louis and New Orleans. 27. The Alps are the highest mountain range in Europe. They stretch across 8 countries, including France, Switzerland, Italy, and Austria. Fact number 28. The Galapagos Islands are home to unique wildlife. Located off the coast of Ecuador, these volcanic islands are where Charles Darwin observed species that helped him develop the theory of evolution. The islands have great tortoises, marine iguanas, and birds found nowhere else on Earth because they are isolated. Fact number 29. The Rockies stretch from Canada to New Mexico. The Rocky Mountains are one of North America's most iconic ranges, filled with jagged peaks, alpine lakes, and deep forests. Indigenous peoples lived in the Rockies for thousands of years, and later they became barrier to westward expansion in the US. On to fact number 30. The Yangtze River is the longest river in Asia. It flows over 6,300 kilometers, beginning in the Tibetan Plateau and widening across China to the East China Sea. Fact number 31. The Atacama Desert in Chile is one of the driest places on Earth. Some weather stations in the Atacama have never recorded rainfall. Despite this, the desert is home to unique ecosystems with plants and animals that survive on fog and tiny traces of moisture. Fact number 32. London sits on the River Thames that runs through the city, shaping its growth for centuries. The Thames is once a busy trade route, bringing food and goods from all around the world to England. Fact number 33. The Himalayas are still growing, as they're formed by the collision of the Indian and the Eurasian tectonic plates. They rise higher every year by a few millimeters. This movement causes frequent earthquakes in the region. Fact number 34 is that the Sahara Desert was once green. Thousands of years ago it had rivers, lakes and grasslands supporting animals and early human settlements. 37 is that Hawaii is the most isolated population centre on Earth. The Hawaiian Islands are about 3,200 kilometres from the nearest continent. Fact number 38 is Norway is famous for its fjords. Fjords are deep, narrow inlets carved by glaciers during the last ice age. Today, fjords in Norway are surrounded by towering cliffs and waterfalls. They're not only breathtakingly beautiful, but also serve as natural harbours and habitats for marine life. Fact number 39 is Africa's Lake Victoria. It's the largest tropical lake in the world. It spans across 3 countries, Tanzania, Uganda and Kenya. It supports millions of people with fishing, farming and fresh water. Fact number 40 is that Mongolia is known as the land of eternal blue sky. It has only over 250 sunny days each year, with vast steppes and deserts stretching across the country. Fact number 41. Antarctica is the coldest continent on Earth. Temperatures can drop below minus 80 degrees in winter, making an extreme environment where only the toughest creatures survive. 42. Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania has a snow-capped peak near the equator. Even though it's close to the tropics, the mountain rises so high, nearly 6,000 metres, that glaciers and snow sit at its summit. 43 is the Amazon rainforest. Forest produces about 20% of the world's oxygen. I do apologise, we've already had that one, haven't we? Let's move on to 44. Canada has more lakes than any other country. We've had that one as well. History seems to be repeating itself. Here's a new one. Fact number 45 is Iceland runs almost entirely on renewable energy. Most of its power comes from geothermal and hydropower. Volcanoes and underground heat make geothermal energy abundant. I actually visited a geothermal power plant whilst I was in Iceland, and it's stock of egg. Because it produces a lot of sulphur. The geothermal water deposit, I can't remember what it is, I think it's through, heated water in the centre of the earth. Kicks up a lot of sulphur. Anyway, fact 46 is Russia's the largest country in the world. It spans over 17 million square kilometres, covering 11 time zones. 11 time zones in Russia, that's nuts. Fact number 47 is that the Dead Sea is one of the saltiest bodies of water. I mean, we're repeating ourselves again here. But it's located between Israel and Jordan, and it has salt levels 10 times higher than most oceans. Okay, I don't know why some of these facts are just repeating here, so I'm just going to have to skip to fact number 50 and say that Japan has more than 100 active volcanoes. The country lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire where tectonic plates meet. Volcanoes like Mount Fuji are iconic symbols of Japan. 51. Africa is home to the world's longest river, the Nile. It flows for about 6,650 kilometres through 11 countries before reaching the Mediterranean Sea. Alaska has more coastline than the rest of the US combined. The state stretches along the Arctic and Pacific Oceans with rugged cliffs, glaciers and countless islands. The Sahara Desert is almost the same size as the United States, covering about 9 million square kilometres. It stretches across northern Africa. Sand dunes can rise over 180 metres high, shaped constantly by the wind. Mount Everest grows a little bit taller every year. This happens because the Indian tectonic plate is still pushing into the Eurasian plate, raising the Himalayas and Everest. Climbers from around the world attempt to reach its summit, though it remains a dangerous challenge. Fact number 55 is the Mediterranean Sea was once a dry desert basin. Millions of years ago, tectonic shifts closed the connection to the Atlantic, and the sea evaporated almost entirely. Later, the Atlantic broke through again, flooding the basin in a massive event called the Sankline Flood. Today, the Mediterranean is a central hub for trade, culture and tourism. That's crazy. That must have been a huge I'm so sorry guys, this is my fault for not checking my facts here. And this is why you don't trust computers to do the hard work for you. Fact number 60 is Sahara Desert can experience snow. Though extremely rare snowfall has been recorded in places like the Algerian town of Ain Sefra. When it happens, the sight of white snow is covering golden sand dunes creates a surreal and magical landscape. You think you cover all bases when you go to record a video? This has just gone to pop completely. Amateur hour. Right. 61. The United Kingdom is made up of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. All form the UK, each with their own unique culture, history and traditions, yet they share one central government. Fact number 62. Hawaii is the most isolated population centre in the world. The Hawaiian Islands are almost 3,800 kilometres from the nearest continent. Lake Titicaca is the highest navigable lake in the world, sitting at 3,812 metres above sea level between Peru and Bolivia. It's not only vast, but it's also sacred to the Inca civilization. That was a mouthful. The Yangtze River is the longest river in Asia. Have we had that one as well? I feel like we have. Okay, I'll swap that out. The Atacama Desert in Chile is the driest place on Earth. Some weather stations have never recorded rainfall. We've had this. My goodness me, this is going to be about actually like 20 facts, isn't it? France is the most visited country in the world. From Paris, with its Eiffel Tower, to the French Riviera, the country welcomes millions of tourists each year. Its culture, food, history and landscapes draw people from across the globe. The Great Victoria Desert is Australia's largest desert. Why is that still making noise? I just turned it off. Guys, you'll have to bear with me. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. It plunges nearly 11,000 metres and the pressure there is so intense that only specially designed submersibles can reach the bottom. The Eiffel Tower was once considered an eyesore, and it was built in 1889. Many Parisians thought it was ugly and temporary, yet over time it became one of the most recognised landmarks in the world and a symbol of France. Brazil covers almost half of South America, with its massive territory. Brazil includes rainforests, savannas, wetlands, and bustling cities. Portuguese is their official language, making it the largest Portuguese-speaking country in the world. The Rocky Mountains stretch over 4,800 kilometres. They run from Canada through the United States to New Mexico. The Netherlands is famous for being below sea level. Much of the country is reclaimed land protected by dikes and advanced water management systems. Windmills historically helped pump water out, and today the Netherlands leads the world in flood defence technology. Singapore is one of the smallest countries in the world. Despite its size, it's become a global financial hub with one of the busiest ports on Earth. Mount Etna in Italy is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. Located in Sicily, it erupts frequently, shaping the island's landscape and soil. Locals have learned to live with its activity, and the fertile volcanic soil is ideal for vineyards and farming. The Baltic Sea has a unique mix of saltwater and freshwater because of its connection to the North Sea and many rivers flowing into it. The Baltic has lower salinity than most oceans. Africa straddles both the equator Switzerland has no official capital city. Many people think it's Bern, but officially Switzerland designates Bern as the federal city. This reflects the country's decentralized system of government where power is balanced across regions. The Galapagos Islands inspired Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Sorry about that. The unique animals there, like giant tortoises and marine iguanas, helped him develop his ideas about natural selection. Today, the islands are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a living laboratory for science. On to our final 20 facts now. Fact number 81 is the Sahara Desert is roughly the size of the United States, covering over 9 million square kilometers. It stretches across the North Africa. Despite its size, the Sahara is not all sand dunes. It also has mountains, rocky plateaus, and oases. Antarctica is technically a desert. Even though it's covered in ice, it receives very little precipitation, less than many hot deserts. Its harsh climate makes it one of the least inhabited regions on Earth. The Nile River flows northward, unlike most rivers. The Nile flows from south to north, ending in the Mediterranean Sea. Istanbul is the only city on 2 continents. Spanning both Europe and Asia, it's divided by the Bosporus Strait. This location has made it cultural and historical crossroads for centuries. New Zealand was the last major landmass to be settled by humans. The Maori people arrived about 700 years ago, making it one of the most recently inhabited places in the world. This late settlement helped preserve its unique wildlife. The Amazon River discharges more water than the next 7 largest rivers combined. Its flow is so powerful that it changes the colour of the Atlantic Ocean hundreds of kilometres away. The river is home to pink dolphins, piranhas, and thousands of fish species. Monaco is the second smallest country in the world. Only the Vatican City is smaller. Despite its size, Monaco is famous for wealth, casinos, and the Formula One Grand Prix. The Great Barrier Reef is larger than the UK, Switzerland, and the Netherlands combined. This living coral system stretches more than 2,300 kilometres along Australia's coast. Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania has glaciers despite being near the equator. Because its snowy peak towers above African savannas, scientists believe the glaciers are rapidly shrinking due to climate change. Italy has more UNESCO World Heritage Sites than any other country, with historic sites like Rome, Florence, Venice, plus ancient ruins and art. Italy has more than 50 recognised cultural and natural treasures. The Danube River flows through 10 countries. From Germany to the Black Sea, it connects Central Europe. And along its banks are historical cities like Vienna, Budapest and Belgrade. The United States has more diverse climate than any other country, from Arctic conditions in Alaska to tropical beaches in Hawaii. And temperate forests elsewhere, the US covers nearly every climate zone. Earth's continents were once joined as a supercontinent called Pangaea. Around 300 million years ago, all land was connected. Over millions of years, tectonic plates shifted, splitting the land into the continents that we know so well today. And as we bring this video to a close, I want to say thank you so much for sticking around, sticking through some